Villains the Man. This is session 10 of our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition game, The Ancient War Reborn. I'm your DM, JVD.
I am Evan the Great, and I am playing Luda Silverstring, and she thinks Vesper is a hoe.
I'm the Bearded Wonder, and I am playing Vesper Nordic, the elf who happens to be a hoe.
And you're late.
And I'm late.
Yeah, literally in more ways than one today.
I am Ordered Whitehammer, played by Smiley, who believes all elves are hoes.
Oh, and
Yes, I'm playing Rowan Ivor. I'm only a half elf, so only half a hoe.
so you're just like the weekend hoe,
Yeah.
and then you're just like the all the time hoe.
To be fair, Ord doesn't
You're the
know what
stubborn
happened in
hoe.
the end.
The all the time hoe,
So,
and the guy who thinks you're all.
so are you the Godfather?
Yeah, because pimping ain't easy. The whole train.
God, that's all.
All right. As we last left off, Orvusia was kidnapped. In your panic, Vesper, you didn't really bother to think about two sets of tracks or no strategy, and then two sets of tracks were into three people. You guys were ambushed by a guy who took Ord out. Once again, gun is stolen, but this time you heard, "Get the dwarf's weapon." Besed, who you had met, Roland was alive, and you guys put him on top of Curd. You guys were walking back to camp. This isn't that late, maybe. You can go ahead and pop that. Go ahead.
I don't want to interrupt you.
You done been Bob.
Yeah. You guys walk back in the camp, and this isn't that late at night. It might be like 9. And as you guys come through the trees, there's a lot of eyes focused on you guys.
What's up?
Luda, what are you doing?
I walked towards our caravan to discuss with Grizzly what has happened.
All right, Vesper.
Um,
You still got Orvusia. You've realized, man, she's kind of having second thoughts here.
right. I mean, I guess I just try to kind of comfort her as best I can.
From the charisma.
I don't know why you keep looking. You already know.
See what I was talking about earlier? Look at you. Oh man,
I'm gonna kill this hoe.
what is that? A 3?
Yeah.
How is she the hoe? You're the hoe. Okay, you're trying to comfort her, or
Ord's not as torn up about the loss of this gun as was the first one, because Perry didn't help with this one. His, what's the word for it? Slightly more than agitated about the whole situation itself. And he's trying to keep his distance away from Besed because he's afraid of what he's going to do, and he's staying very quiet at the moment.
and he is the guy that said take the dwarf's weapon.
This will be like the first time that most people have noticed that Ord's not smiling and joking around.
He's lost his cool. Roland.
Rowan is actually going to be tending to the prisoner and make sure that he's not going nowhere.
So you take him off guard, like put him cuff him to the
tying him to
wagon.
my horse.
Okay. Oh, to your horse. All right.
I thought you seen one Carlo and no, not so at all.
Okay. So, Luda, you're the only one that has walked up to Grizzly Jones. At this time, he's got some of the other people from the caravan, some of the other merchants, and they're kind of talking, like whispering amongst themselves, but get quiet as you approach.
Still Grizzly, I said, whenever you get a moment, I'd like to speak with you on what has happened out there.
Bed, he speaks up. He's like, that is just not only his business, that's everybody's business. Also with him is Ed Hillary, the animal lover,
Yeah.
and she's kind of look at you. You look like, yeah, he's right, as much as I hate to say it.
I told Grizzly if it's fine with him, I'll tell you what happened in front of everybody.
All right.
I just want to make sure he's fine with what I'm about to, what them knowing. So, cause he's my employer.
Well,
I tell him he's my employer, so it's up to him.
Well, here's the thing. There's obviously you're coming back with a traveler, a known traveler to the caravan. tied up on top of his bear.
Yeah.
Thunder cannon shots. Your violin, I mean, were heard way off in the distance. So
I told him we was having a good time, and we noticed that, what's her name of this?
go ahead and roll me your reception since you're lying.
Huh?
You were having a good time? Oh, not out there.
Yeah, I'm not lying.
Okay, go ahead.
What's her name?
Robusta.
Yeah, I said Ruthie. We noticed that she's been gone for a long time, and we went to try to find her, and we followed where we thought she went, and we heard some screaming. We went out there, and the guy on the horseback and his two friends were out there trying to rape her. That's where you heard all us shouting and violin.
Okay.
And we brought him back conscious on the horse.
Okay, so you are lying because they were trying to rape her.
I thought there was.
No,
No, it was a
they
trap.
took her.
For us.
Well, that's what I perceived. Luda perceived they was trying to rape her, and we saved her before they did.
Okay, you poured.
Then roll me persuasion with this because you're trying to tell this.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna need it here.
I'm not trying to persuade him.
Yeah. Well, I'm mostly telling the truth through my eyes. What's persuasion?
Warren looks very confused.
That is a 16 because I get to add half my.
All right.
Oh, my bad. 15. My little 4.
Okay. Play.
Charisma plus 2 plus 10.
Angston. He's a dwarf merchant. He walks up and he's like, "I don't believe you."
Oh yeah, I already like yes. My bad.
He's been trying to run my wagon and he's done quite a bit to help me. No offer for gold or nothing. He's been quite the kind of person. I don't believe he would do anything like that.
Well, he did. I said I'm the most lawful person on this caravan. Trying to use my beauty too. I said they definitely were roughing her up, from what I can tell. It wasn't good.
Bed, he'll speak up and he was like, "Now, what at the beginning of this, you guys are causing some trouble with my guys." It was like, so far, that was the only bit of trouble we've ever had, and it's came from this wagon. And he's kind of looking around at everyone.
That's the guy in front of us.
Yeah, that's Bed, yeah.
Uh,
Now, you've gotten along with Varys strict, so
Didn't we heal your horses?
he said, "I didn't ask for such a thing."
No, it was very helpful.
He says, just like this man with, Blay here, you do that on your own free will.
Yeah, it was a kind gesture, asshole. I'm not in the best mood.
I see this.
Yeah, I say
Warren's
what-
actually like completely.
yeah. What I speak is the truth. Said these men tried to pull her out in the wilderness, and we found her. And they tried to fight us, and some of them did not make it, but he did, because he's unconscious on your horse. It's like, you don't believe what we have to say, then this is going to be a disparate and agreement, because I'll tell the wholehearted truth. And if you don't believe me, my friend here has magic power from the gods who can make me tell the truth.
I'll say, Roland, you secured the said pretty good to your horse. You kind of
look
get.
around and see if Carlone made it away.
No, he's still tied up.
He's still there.
He was just wanting some precaution with that weapon, just in case. But when you're looking, you kind of look at him because you're overlooking to make sure, and he kind of nods you like that way, like he's watching you. But you do catch wind of this when she says something about telling the truth and whatnot, and her friend can bestow powers upon her that will not let her lie.
I basically say get the lie detector test out.
As you say that, you pronounce that with vigor, and
Yes.
kind of raise your voice up, and a lot of people from down the caravan, the other merchants,
They've seen this before.
some of the travelers are starting to approach. Mostly everybody that's not a guard is starting to come this way, because guards still have to protect these caravan that is at night. But
symbols of the
but yeah, you that right there, you're gathering quite the attention to all this. Roland, you do hear her mention something of your truth-telling abilities.
I think twice about doing it. Because
Because
did I hear him
you're
say?
half a hoe.
Did I? Sure. Did I hear him saying like, his original story about they were trying to rape her and everything?
Yeah, you would be listening. This is pretty important. I mean, you're
I
not that
know
far
that's
away.
a lie, and she wouldn't be able to.
No. That's what she is
That's
saying.
what she thought was
And
going
that's
on.
and if that's what she believes, that's not a lie.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, she said they were trying to rape her. You said, oh no, they set a trap for us. This is not kind of a conversation you guys really had on the way back. No one really said what they thought.
They had her against her will.
Hey, that's very true. I mean, the marks in the dirt you found with Vesper kind of said she was taken against her own will. She was dragged away. I mean, you could tell there was a struggle. But you do overhear this conversation she's had.
Does the crowd look like that they're waiting for this zone of truth?
Um,
If they are, then I'll go ahead and do it. Clear out a space around her.
well, everybody is looking at you because you have proclaimed you can do this. So you do have eyes on you.
I'll go ahead and take care of that. I believe.
Just put everybody in it. Things like, who's part of the cult?
I don't think we'd get an answer then. We'd get a bunch of people asking, what cult?
The cult of the dragon.
I'm going to go ahead and cast the zone of truth
On.
around
That's when all
her.
of a sudden you
Okay.
let the body on
Do
the
you
floor, start
forego your will save for this?
Yeah, I let it happen
Alright.
freely.
Ask her. Ask her whatever questions you think you might need to ask.
That's where Wes finds out he worked for the cult.
We're from
Come on, Chris.
Yes.
Let's think about this.
He had Tourette's now. You can question your orders. Fuck.
My boss.
Okay, this lasts for 10 minutes. So, go ahead. I've got a way I want to time this.
What happened when we realized that, what's your name?
Orvustier.
Orvustier. What happened when we realized that Orvustier had been gone for 15 minutes?
We decided to go out and look for her. I think it was me and Vesper the first. Alright.
We're the first ones noticed.
Upon leaving, what did we find?
Tracks, right?
Struggle. Sign
Yeah.
of struggle.
And we found a piece of, trying to rethink of what in the game. Didn't we find something?
Bag, I think.
Yeah.
We found her
Yeah.
sword,
Find
shield,
her
and belt.
sword
Yeah,
belt,
we
shield.
found items that belonged to her.
Now, you two can feel free to speak up, Luda, and word on anything if you want to.
Well, I'm trying to say in the background was Ord's not
Yeah.
caring what's going on right now. He's messing around with something.
Upon finding these tracks, were there any signs of a struggle?
To my knowledge, yes, using the help of my allies to help track. They said it looks like there was a struggle there, so we followed them. Until we led through the bushes and we saw these three gentlemen, I think it's three of them, looked like
Two
they were,
gentlemen and a woman.
Hold up. Bed cut you guys off. How do I know this works?
Do it on him. Are you an asshole?
Are you a
No, I don't
bitch?
Yes.
Because I see that you got one of your own.
Mm-hmm. Jealous.
He just called your bitch a
Uh,
bitch. Oh!
I motioned for him to step in the circle.
He looks at you very uncomfortably.
Mm-hmm.
You'll hear he's just like, go ahead. And he's just kind of like, I will step into the circle.
When he does, I ask him, what is your profession?
She tells you,
Things that are easy for everybody to know what they
she
do.
says, I'm a merchant.
Or do you
She's
have-
like, but she's, hold up, she's like, I will prove something. You're too busy, right?
I would notice her walking in because I've been curious about her since Varys mentioned her.
She takes, looks around at the other merchants. Let's Pharaoh the Silent, the most oddest of all the merchants. She asks him to step aside. And she whispers something in his ear. And he's just kind of got that blank look on his face. He just kind of nods his head. She said, now ask me, what is my profession?
I ask.
She says, I'm a high-ranking druid of the Emerald Enclave. You feel that she's telling the truth, then you look to, let's Pharaoh the Silent, and he goes, anybody got history knowledge? Everybody's got it. You can roll that.
I got a negative, I guess.
I get a +2.
Everybody can roll it if they want.
Yes, I am proficient.
Nice.
+2, +2,
21.
+2, so 4.
Yeah, 13.
23.
Everybody's kind of heard rumblings. You know, they're kind of based off in the north, but the Emerald Enclave is basically a group of, as you dwarves would probably call it, nature lovers. They do whatever they can to defend nature. You know, damn civilization, but they're pretty much good guys.
Yeah.
They're very trustworthy. And it's what she proclaims herself to be.
And I believe that she's telling the truth.
You believe that she's telling the truth.
If she sees the word, he'll nod at her out of respect.
You don't feel she don't show any resistance when she steps into the zone or nothing. She gladly takes it. She looks beside, she gives him a bow and she steps back off.
I like this.
And
It's funny, she gives a bow to the guy tied to a horse, it's like, oh, tied.
oh, not beside, yeah, but there's too close. He kind of looks at her and he looks at you and he just oddly shakes his head like maybe he's satisfied with that. And Hillary, she's continue on.
Okay, we go back to you, we left off where? With the,
About
we found her.
You were just asking about what
struggle.
happened.
And I got to the
Well, we came
woods,
through
and I
the-
said there's 2 gentlemen and a woman holding her against her will. Holding the other woman, our friend, against her will.
And what events transpired after?
Words were exchanged, and then we...
Family, the word, it's done.
Yeah, well,
You're under the tree.
they said something that... Yeah, fuck, I gotta say that. Sorry,
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
I tell them
The
that...
word's not been
They said that they're gonna take his wife... Tell the truth? Ex-wife, right? So they're just gonna take his ex-wife, words, construed, and then...
That kind of gets
Who got stabbed? Was it you?
Or
Yeah.
got stabbed.
And I said
from
that out of
behind.
nowhere,
You can clarify that it's my gun.
I said Ord got stabbed by one of the cloaked figures that was with them, came out of the bushes. We could not even see him. And combat ensued, and we fought and tried to get her back, and in the process,
The
one of
cloak
them
figure made up.
one of them got away, took his ex-wife, and we captured one alive. The other ones are dead.
Elhiri, she's asked, where are their bodies?
If they have not been moved away by now, then we left them.
You gonna just point in a direction,
Where
which
we
would kind
were
of be
at.
back towards your wagon.
Yeah.
Like if I'm the end of the wagon, you went out this way.
Yeah.
If anybody is wanting to go check that out, we'll give a friendly warning, there was one that got away.
Injured, very injured.
Kick, but quick with the blades.
Varys, it's like I'll volunteer to go look at the bodies because he's well versed in magic, and some of the other merchants will offer guard. You'll get 3 of them, and they'll go.
I will limp over, and I'll be coming as well.
So Ord's gonna go with the
I
bodies.
figured I would lead them since
You've got this going on. I've got your time.
they're gonna leave.
No, they're gonna leave now.
Okay.
So you have to make a decision. You're either gonna shut your zone off and go with them, or you're gonna continue with this.
Do they seem satisfied that we're telling the truth?
So far, no one feels that there's not a lie being told. I mean, you do have an unconscious man on a horse.
So ask Hillary what the next line of questioning should be.
Is that what you
Pretty
want?
much got everything that they wanted to know out.
Yeah, pretty much. I
I mean,
mean,
Yeah, we're
if
done
they
with
do
the zone.
anything
I can
else,
shut it off
I
and go
mean-
with them. And, extra protection.
okay, so Ward and Roland is gonna go.
Before I leave, I will ask Grizzly to keep an eye on the prisoner.
Yeah, he'll do that. Are
Let's stick them in the cuds.
you guys gonna go or are you gonna stay here?
I guess we should say we're part of the wagon. Or,
I will stay.
Alright, so Ward and you guys, you head out to find the bodies.
I'd like to know that at this point, Ord is so aggravated, he keeps slipping into Orcus without thinking about it.
Everything he's saying.
Oh, you don't
Ward,
want to know.
Roland,
Oh, I do know.
No, you don't want to.
Varus. There's a dwarf from, as I got it marked down, wagon number 4 that goes with you, named Fasosk Trollbraid.
Spelling on it, please.
Thasok,
Hasok.
and then Trollbraid. And then you also get
Wagon 4, you say?
Zug Bragg. That is your friendly half-orc that you have spoken to.
Bragg or Brad?
Bragg. B-R-A-G. Zug Bragg.
What else to brag about?
He would be from mine, Wagon 2. You got guys from Wagon, let me find the list here. You got one from the wagon in front of you. Zug is from the middle wagon of what you guys think are the cultist wagons. And then the Salt is from the third wagon in line. So you guys make your way through the woods. Finding a path to him's not hard because Kurt's a big bear, and he was just kind of tromping through the woods, coming to you guys. You're kind of whipping him up in a frenzy order, trying to hopefully find that he'll sniff out this guy that tried to assassinate you. It's not hard. Find all these tracks. You guys had tracks leading there. There's tracks leading back. Basically, following bear prints, you're gonna find it. When you get there, you find the blood, find scenes of battle, no bodies.
It would have been nothing from
That's to be
double back.
expected when one was left alive.
It would have been nothing for the double back.
Any signs?
Zug Bragg looks at you and he kind of, maybe you need to step into a zone of truth.
Can you cast on you as well? I'm just curious.
Can you what?
Cast on you as well. I'm just curious.
What's stopping you?
Invasion of privacy, really. I mean, it's just rude and disrespectful.
Well,
You've done nothing to me to provoke ire.
well, he was not talking. He was talking wrong.
I don't say what's stopping you. I'm saying from
Hey,
my perspective.
you've bothered to not talk to this guy. You've
Yeah.
ran into him.
I'm afraid of what I might say by
Yeah.
accident. I have developed short-term polio.
Varys kind of looks around and tells you, well, there is sign of battle. He's like, but it does look bad that these bodies that you guys said were here are gone. He's like,
Which is reason for all of us to be worried.
that's very true. It's like, that's not a lie.
We should probably head back before anything happens.
He will not disagree with that. Zug and the Salt Trollbeard, they just kind of laugh at you guys. Oh, you big pussies. There ain't nothing in these woods to be scared about. It's a damn castle you've got to be scared about. That's on the other side of the road.
I'm already flushed to begin with. I'll stop off.
This dwarf looks pretty crazy. His beard's all got like little bones and stuff stuck in it. He's got warts all over him too.
That's not.
Gotta.
Yeah, that's not.
You catch him in the right light, you might see a tint of gray to his skin.
He's an Orcus dwarf.
Or maybe he's called Trollbeard for a reason.
Oh yeah.
You guys gonna head back?
I got
Okay,
it.
as you guys are heading back, the merchants are talking about when Roland gets back that, you know, depending on the story they get, they're gonna have to pass a judgment on the said. They're gonna have to get together and decide what they feel is the truth and what they feel is a lie.
Now I know at least 3 wagons are ran by the cultists. Will
That's
they
what
be
you
able to-
feel. That's what you guys feel.
And he's got his girlfriend back.
Yeah, she's here.
Would they be able to pressure 2 more people in Beset's favor?
Does she got any bruises on her that you can find, Vesper, and prove that they tried to kidnap her?
You probably got better medicine shit than I do.
I don't think that's gonna let you know that they kidnapped her. I mean,
Well, she's all bruised
Or
up,
she's
maybe
roughed up a bit, maybe.
cut marks, or
Do medicine check.
the only thing you notice because you're with her is she rubs the back of her head a lot.
Now you said that you bought me 60 gold.
Sure.
Okay.
You can roll a medicine check on her if you want. You're there.
No, I
And
mean,
she don't look hurt at all, but she's just rubbing the back of her head.
Probably supposed to make.
yeah, I'll try to.
Complains about a headache.
I'll look at the back of her head, see what I can figure out. No.
Oh, nothing.
I'm
You're
gonna
just
look
happy.
fine to me, I don't know.
You're just happy she's back.
And he's covered in blood.
He's gonna check her for, see if she's hurt. Quit fucking.
Yeah.
Do the opposite.
Oh.
But they are talking about what they need to do. Some of the merchants, Besaid, Golmakara, that's where Zug Bragg, that's one of the wagons he guards. That is the middle wagon for what you think is the Colts caravan. And Mullane Faden, they are, you hear them because you two are there. A lot of their things are that, how do we know this isn't, they're not setting this up? How do we know that his own truth wasn't shut off when he was asking her questions, and he just it just worked when it was on
that'd be a terrible waste of
at Hillary, and she's like, well, like that is a good point. I mean, you guys are together, obviously. You guys got hired on together, so.
Is there any other paladins on this caravan?
You want to step in and ask? I mean,
Yeah.
they're kind of having a private counselor by themselves.
Oh, I thought they was talking to him.
No, you're around, but you can hear them. They're together.
No.
All the merchants are together.
If they do approach me with that, I said I'll ask them if there's any other paladins around. They can cast it on me.
No. If you're going to say something to them, you're going to have to go interrupt them.
I don't want to interrupt them because
I'm just telling you
I
things
will
over here.
say that Ort has spent a lot of time mingling and getting to know everybody on the caravan.
That's true, but
Except for the Orc wagon.
you're dwarfing. They're all elves.
Oh, yes, horse.
Yeah, whores.
They all be holes. Holes in the water.
Them three are very unsure about magic, and such a kind of gal.
That's understandable.
Falas Daydove, who you guys have went and talked to his family and whatnot, he's like, well, maybe they are telling the truth, I mean, and he'll say that he's seen the girl you're talking about. He's like, I know who he's talking about. I did see her running through the woods earlier, so he's kind of taking that side. West Felrow, don't say nothing. He is silent.
As his name would
As
suggest.
his name would suggest, except for when he's singing.
It is a beautiful horse.
And obviously Grizzly is on you guys' side. They're going to be gone for maybe 20, 25 minutes, so if there's anything you guys want to say, you need to do it now. Vesper, Luda, anything?
I don't know, there's too much we can say. Really, we said.
I almost forgot I wasn't there.
Yeah, I was say, shut up.
I started to say something.
Nothing?
No, I speak the truth, and it's their job on this caravan to wreak judgment upon what they think is right. It's caravan law.
We're all going to be buried up to our
And you say that, and said he points at your first prisoner tied up to the cart, and he points at him, and he said, "You're right." And he
It's a
said,
little hard when you think. It's
"What?"
all like tied up to the
Well,
horse.
he's pointing to him. No, not
Besaid
Besaid
or Bed?
Carlone.
Yeah.
He's pointing at your first prisoner, Carlone, because that's what happened to him.
Well, you said Besaid points.
Oh, I know his name's Bed.
Yeah.
Maybe I should change that shit. It's in the book. I blame it on wizards.
Yeah, wizards.
Yeah.
Of the coast.
About 25 minutes later, you guys come back, and Vera says, there were no bodies. Bed's first guy speaks up. He's like, guys, hit him, didn't you? You hit him. Every one of you before he came back. Framed it on that man.
No offense, friend.
Why
But
would that
that
make
sounds
any sense?
ridiculous.
Like, why would.
And I suppose I'll throw out my gun as well.
Murder weapon, gone.
Verus, how much do I care about that weapon?
What are we gonna do? Fingerprint?
Possibly. I mean, maybe when you get to Waterdeep.
Waterdeep, CSI.
I mean, that is the only thing we heard going off besides her violin. Was your thing.
Verus, would I ever willingly throw away my weapon?
Honestly, I wouldn't think so. The thing is a work of beauty. It is. He's like, but he does have a point. That was the one thing we did here go off. Golmakar, she'll speak up, And how do we know you're not playing that little string there was to try to cover that up?
Alright,
You do see a lot
I
of
thought
people
he was
kind of
ridiculous.
perk their ear and their eye up at that, like,
The violin's not gonna cover up his boomstick.
I thought that was ridiculous, but that's just.
Gil McCar's like, well, maybe you guys were just too stupid enough not to realize that.
Or maybe you're just too stupid to realize that we knew that already.
This violin is a family heirloom.
Heirloom?
Heirloom.
That's a heirloom. It's made out of
Yeah.
I use this. I have trained. I went to Bardic school to learn how to use music to inspire people in combat. I gave my people courage because we was getting attacked by a band of idiots that thought they could do whatever they want. And there's no way. Why would we hide the body, come back and tell you that we killed some of them? That is ridiculous.
Milana Faden, she speaks up. She says, just who here also knows that sometimes bards are made for swindling people, lying to get things? Everybody just kind of looks like, good point. You're hearing a lot of good arguments come up against you guys.
Just white knight the shit out of this, man.
just like lift up her pants leg.
Just like Payton, like, motherfucker. Sit around like, whoa, hey.
Fuck you, I'm the
Yeah, we
law
want
here.
cover. Fuck you.
So, and here's the bad thing out of all this. You got 1, 2, 3 people against you. You got 3 people for you. Clay Angston, the dwarf merchant, the male, he's the only guy that seems to be torn over this. Like, he's not sure what to believe.
Hey, you're dwarfs. Go connect with them.
It's the law of the caravan.
That's right. And
He should believe in whatever castle he wishes to.
But wouldn't he know that
Plain
an
or he
dwarf...
being a dwarf what is not right.
Right, but wouldn't he know
This
that an
seems
orc
like
would
the
never make a
situation's getting a
masterpiece
little
like
out
that
of
and throw it
control.
away?
you can tell it's getting out of hand, but here's the thing, though.
Would be something to be
Though
considered, he
what
would
you
only-
did with your zone of truth was good. The other ones are bringing up points that are good points as well. Sure, there was a fight, but what was the only thing anybody ever heard in the fight? Your gun, your violin. Bodies are gone, you bring back one guy. Who was the last people seen them people? You four. Your gun is missing. It was the only weapon that was ever heard fired off.
Varys, did you get Luda's message? Did you get Luda's message?
I did send him a message.
Telling him what was going on.
You say that, and he looks at you like you should shut your mouth.
Oh, he shouldn't have said that.
Bassett said, "Oh, tomorrow. So you're planning with these guys."
Wow.
He said, "So why didn't you speak up if this was to put the caravan in trouble?" And he looks around like, "Shit."
I wasn't intending to say it in front of everybody.
But everybody's here, though. That's the thing. You're not.
But now we have a
you've
powerful
got
wizard they're going to turn on too, so now he can just fireball them and we'll be done with it.
all of you be done with it.
That's true, good.
So, and he gets down, he tells Bed, he's like, "You're right, I'm sorry. If I knew something was going on that should have affected the caravan," he's like, "I should have spoke up." And he looks at you like, "Why would you say that out loud?"
Well, he says a lot of things.
Well, to be fair, I have wisdom of age.
Hey, yeah, same wisdom of that Christmas.
But mainly, like, the message was just that, hey...
Bull
the girl
McCara speaks
mission
up
was
and
on,
she
but-
says, "See, right there, people are conspiring." She said,
And now
So
I
who-
can talk to people in their minds, Richard.
"So,
And I'm not mad at you.
everybody, this whole thing's going on between Bed and Varys. Everybody roll me some insight. Because this is the wagon in front of you, so.
God, I hate it when that happens.
They're 15. Plus 2 minus 1.
22.
Okay, you three realize it. Obviously, you
I don't
three know.
realize
The dwarves don't
anything.
realize nothing.
Like, I'm proficient in
You
insight.
do realize
but
as
it-
lost, Varys' brother kind of looks at him like, "What the fuck, man? Why didn't you say anything to me?" So now you can tell there's a little bit of bitterness from the brother over this. So,
I thought he would have.
El Harry, she steps up. She's like, "All right. Is there anything else you guys need to do before we pass judgment on this man?" And she points at the set.
kind of just shake my head no and call for or whistle for the horse to bring him over.
Just do what's
Okay, rolling.
all of you believe is right.
Ordinance. So you guys have
Really, I
nothing
do not
else to
have
add?
opposite.
Vesper?
We don't have anything else to say. We told them what happened. If they don't believe us, what can we do?
I do ask to speak with you when this is all over, Adelary.
Who?
Adelary?
El Hillary?
El Hillary, oh my bad.
Okay. Animal lover?
Yeah.
She's
All
the
right.
one that claimed to be a druid.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm prudent.
Now it's you believe that she was. Evan? Ludo, what do you got anything you want to add to this before they pass judgment?
All stories have two sides. It's up to you guys because you are the bosses of this caravan to decide which side is right.
They're judge, jury, and executioner.
I hope that you make the right decision,
And Robert's
but there is no wrong decision. The rule is yours.
All right.
I show them respect.
Ed Hillary, that's
I do.
pretty smart. She stands for everybody. She says, everybody in favor of setting the said free and bed. Golakara and the land, they all raise their hands. Aye. All in favor of banishing him. She raises her hand. Grizzly Jones raises his hand. And Full Ice Day Dove raises his hand. They all, aye. They all look. And there's Lay Angston. And he's just looking around and he's stroking his beard like he's very, very unsure. Who wants to decide this fate?
I'll do it.
All right, you get to do it. He is very unsure. Now, at first, I was giving him a 50-50 chance. So I need a D6. Now, it was going to be a 50-50 chance until someone asked Varys about the message Luda sent him. So that's kind of persuaded him more towards setting Besaid free. Besaid goes free on a 1 through 4.
6.
No. It wasn't enough to persuade him. They're going to...
Gun die!
They're going to banish him and let that Providence decide his fate.
So is this another bury him up to his neck thing, or
You
kick
ask?
him out, or
You ask that?
I would just
Nah,
shit
just-
them off.
What is the
Why?
I will ask, what does the banishment entail? Like, what are the?
They say, well, Elder, she says, well, you see your friend here and what had happened to him, and it is one that I think is a fitting punishment. Ben says, oh no, we don't bury him on the road if we can't trust him.
I don't.
We take him out near Dragonspear Castle.
Could just drop him off in the castle and off the road behind him.
No, because then he's free.
Oh.
Sounds fair to me.
Roland is actually in favor of execution.
Well, if you bury him by the castle, he's gonna die. Nobody goes near the castle.
So, in the morning, there will be a hole dug, and they will bury him out towards the lands near Dragonspear
I do speak
Castle.
up.
I don't feel sorry for him.
I believe in their
I already
judgment.
have a shovel ready to go.
I tell them that if you bury him, if you drop him by the castle, if you let him roam free, there could be severe consequences towards us if he runs and gets back with the person who stole his ex-wife. Because now you have two guys that are very hard, they are very well trained. One of them almost killed him with a single stroke of a knife, and now he has basically a weapon that can blow trees down. It's like, we could have,
To be fair, though, he doesn't have the ammo and it was empty.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, no one did.
But they could hurt us in the long run. I vote that we keep him as a prisoner. I don't know if that's a form of banishment.
Caravan was.
Ben speaks up, he says, you don't get a vote. You're a lowly guard. He says, we can't even trust you to help protect the caravan. You're running off, sending secret messages around to one of my men and not letting anybody know. If anything, if I has my way, you guys are all banished. And Varless, I'll have him banished too.
I'm tired of talking politics with you. You are not the most powerful man on this. You're ruled by several. Each person on this wagon has somebody.
He said, no, you're wrong. I'm not ruled by anybody. We rule you.
Yeah.
And you look at and a lot of the merchants are like,
Yeah, we, not you.
no,
You
we.
think you're their boss.
No, I'm
They're
not
scared
their
to talk
boss.
to you.
No, I'm not their boss. I am their equal. I have the right to speak.
You think you are higher than them.
No, I do
Speak
not.
the truth, my friend.
He does speak the truth.
You think you are higher than everybody on this caravan.
No. And he said, I think you're an idiot. You literally put everybody at risk by not saying anything.
What do you mean not saying anything? I told the whole truth right there.
But you see, if you'd have told the truth in the beginning, we could have all sent people. There would have been no argument. You send enough people from every part of the caravan to rescue somebody, there is nothing. It's cut and
We didn't know where
dry.
she was. We just want to find her first.
Okay, could you not have said, hey, we're going to take off to find her, get some people and follow me?
Yeah, you would have called me an idiot then.
No, I wouldn't, because if she's helping
You give nothing for
protecting
free.
do I not?
No.
He said, he's like, have I not learned, have I not whipped my horses since the beginning of this?
No, to be fair, he does make a good point.
I guess he
He
does.
has slugged off.
You have proven me wrong in that. Maybe you have learned. So maybe I am the idiot and you're not.
He laughs, he flips your coin. Find you a tomb, make yourself smarter.
One day you'll be as smart as me.
He says,
Just keep going.
Yeah.
he says, and that's why I drive and that's why you walk.
Roland does whatever the medieval version of a facepalm is.
Yeah, because, I mean, you keep opening
You just
your
start
mouth,
bouncing your head
Yeah.
against your
he's going to keep coming at you.
You're digging a separate hole.
Yeah.
I can dig a separate hole. He has nothing on me. My family's lived for hundreds of years and are profitable way more than he is.
He laughs at you.
I'm on this journey to make myself stronger as a person.
He says, this journey, all you've done has been caught up in lies.
They're not lies, they're mistakes, friend.
It's all been a way of life.
So, anybody else got anything to say? Do you want to keep talking here?
No, I defend myself until one of these tell me not to. No matter how bad or good it looks, I am lawful by the book and I will not let somebody bash me down.
I want to start tinkering stuff together. Just sit
Plus,
down.
I'm pulling all the attention to myself,
He's freaking out.
so you guys don't have to worry about it.
Well, so that would mean you have attention drawn to you.
I want attention drawn.
Roland's now got attention drawn to him.
And the most evilest hoe in our group does not. That's going to help us.
Not you.
To the attention from the one that doesn't need it.
She's a good aligned person.
Me and this guy,
Jesus
I got
tempted.
long since day
Anybody
one.
else got anything they want to say before this little court breaks up here? Because you have drawn quite a bit of attention
Yeah.
to yourself with this.
Caravan's judgment has been passed.
It has been passed.
The only thing left to do is to
Commit some sentencing.
follow through on the sentencing.
Yep. Yeah, that's not our jobs. Or my job.
So everybody settles down. Merchants go back to their wagons. You're all kind of sit back down. It's quiet. I mean, this was kind of unexpected. You can tell Grizzly is like really deep in thought. Anybody got anything to say?
The sentencing will be taking place in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Roland's going to be kind of on edge, keeping an eye on everything throughout the night.
I'm going to apologize to Grizzly for all the trouble.
I'll second the apology. We did not wish to pull him in deep, but he is our employer, so he must know everything.
You're right. I am your employer, and sometimes you should learn to keep your mouth shut. Because that is going to come back on you. He says, tomorrow, when us merchants decides who digs the hole, who does the hard labor, guess who he's going to push for?
I hope it's me.
It will be you. Because he also now has some other people backing him.
I'm not scared of him.
So,
I have done nothing wrong until he proves so. I shall be his slave. That's what he likes to have anyway. others do his job for him. One day you'll be alone.
Technically, he does his job. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of does. So,
You take his 2 guards away, he's nothing.
he's a very rich man, and money buys you power.
It does.
He said he has a wizard. I would assume by looking at his knight and his armor and his weaponry, he is very skilled at weapons.
Oh, he is. I do not want to quarrel with him.
He's like, and that could come to blows if you do not watch your mouth. He said, for somebody who's staking out other wagons, you are drawing way too much attention to yourself.
Sometimes chaos is good.
You say that when you're out here in the middle of nowhere.
So wagon's chaos.
What is all that draws people together?
He says, you're right. After today, this next month will be hell. He's like, because as soon as Ord opened his mouth towards Varys about your message, that really is going to build some distrust. And he says, we go to a spot, say when we get to Daggerford, I don't have the power that any of these people have. He's like, I just do my own wares on the road. I go to the north, I hunt, I take these things to people like him.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, if anything, doing that, you're going to turn business bad for me.
Yeah, so just be quiet. We've caused him enough trouble already.
He kind of shakes his head. You have.
Tell Grizzly I will only speak to him and my comrades from here on out till we're not cause you no more trouble. Will not let my ego get the best of me when it gets smashed. I'll just take it.
He sticks out his hand. He says, on your word?
On my word.
That'd be an interesting thing for the next month.
I will not say anything negative. I will back y'all guys up, but I will not start anything.
Okay,
I will
so
not investigate.
first watch is you two. Second watch comes around, Ord and Vesper, and the night is over. Morning comes. You guys cook some conies, have some roasted carrots. Grizzly gets to leave, and he tells you, Luda, he's like, remember, he's going to choose you. Every one person from the caravan will be chosen. And he said, you gave him your word.
Yep. I'll do what is necessary.
The rest of you, the rest of the guards will stay at the caravan. We'll travel so far out, and we will bury. So he goes, gathers up the rest of the merchants. They come back, and they start calling out names. Harry calls out your name, and they ask you all to gather up your gear. They take a shovel out of each wagon, and they lead you guys out to the wilds towards Dragonspear Castle. Now, you're good at half a day away from Dragonspear Castle. You can just see it off in the distance because it's huge. And Basad's fighting every which way when you guys leave. I mean, he's pulling on the ropes whatever he can because he's freaking out.
He's just putting on a show.
Yeah.
He knows that he's going to be rescued once we leave.
Um,
Roland isn't thinking that. I'm thinking that.
He's yelling at Golmakara, the female dwarf merchant. He's like, you know that I'm not like this, you know they're lying. And that's just mostly what he's yelling out to her. I mean, because some of these people, he's not there.
Didn't you? Oh, I thought you.
You know, they left. Luda's the only one with them.
Yeah, I thought they were still at the caravan. I apologize.
So, they probably walk a good half a mile, and Basad hands you a shovel.
I'll take
He
it.
just smiles.
Take it like the little bitch you are.
And you guards start digging a hole.
I buried him. Grizzly was so mad.
You guys wind up, it's a little bitty path. It's like a little walked path. And you guys dig a hole up in it. And within an hour and a half, you got him buried up to his head. And they ask him if he has any last words, and he just stares you down. And he said, Providence will decide your fate.
I'm gonna write this down.
So he tells you. You've heard that quite a
Yeah.
bit. You've heard that when you dug up Cologne. Carlo, not Cologne. That's what you kept calling him last week.
Yeah.
You kind of heard him talk about that. And basically what, I don't know if you understand what Providence basically is, kind of like basically the gods.
Yeah.
You know, so basically that's what they're like
Like,
society is.
worshipping, I just didn't want to say nothing.
So,
I did
Tiamat
not, I
will
did not
decide
say
your
nothing.
fate.
I told Grizzly I would be good.
Well, they
All right.
wake up.
and you guys kind of stomp the dirt around and make sure he's good and buried in. El Harry will give him one final drink of water.
Not even
And
wine.
you guys leave. You get about 15 minutes out and you can hear him scream. Just, help, help, let me out. I mean, he's just screaming at the top of the lungs. And eventually, the echo fades out as you get closer towards the wagon.
We buried him closer to the castle, didn't we?
No, you're about half a day away from the
Oh,
castle.
okay.
But all this land, a lot of people think, is haunted. The
Yeah.
stories they were telling you last night. So when you do, you bury him up to his head. And eventually his screams and pleas for help fade out as you walk back to the caravan.
Wow.